Hey everyone, welcome back to Brian's Mysteries and Adventures on Trail. I hope everyone is doing well and having a good week thus far. Unfortunately, today's case is just a tragedy and so frustrating in so many ways, which you'll all come to see. We're going to be talking about a case that started on August 19th of 2022, so not even a year ago. And a man named Aron Christensen was out camping with his friends. He was a 49-year-old man, school teacher from Portland. He taught music, very, very talented guitarist, singer. He had been camping in this area. I'm going to have a map here, sort of in central Washington, the state of Washington, just north of Mount Adams. You'll see it here. It's this little highlighted red ring, and an area called Walupt Lake. Sorry if I mispronounced that. I'll just look at some pictures to give you an idea of the area. Very, very beautiful. He was there camping with some friends. This is a picture of Aron. At the time he had a full beard. He decided that he was going to go out on a solo hike about 13 miles. This was nothing new for Aron. He was very experienced. He knew the area. He was a very avid outdoorsman. Unfortunately, sometime during this hike, we estimate roughly 10 p.m., something happened to Aron. Now, it is believed that he and his dog, he was hiking with his 4-month-old puppy, a little Australian cattle dog named Buzzo. Unfortunately, the next piece of information that we got was the next morning, a hiker found their two bodies lying on the trail. August 20th, 2022, a hiker named Wendy was hiking the trail and she found the bodies. She immediately called the Lewis County Police and she said that there was a shooting, what she believed to be a shooting on the trail. The Lewis County Police immediately dispatched a deputy. I'm going to give you the information as it was reported in several different news outlets. I'll have that information in the description as always, so if you'd like to do further reading. After the officer arrived, she told him again she believed that they were shot. He allegedly said to her, no, that's not possible. There was no gun shell castings. There's nothing, no evidence of that. Unfortunately, this officer made the mistake of removing the bodies, believing that Aron must have died from a heart attack and then fell on a stick. This is what he allegedly reported. While this was going on, a teenage man named Ethan called the Lewis County Police and began to tell a story. He said that he was out in this same area the evening before. He was hiking with his girlfriend. At roughly 10 p.m., he heard what he thought was a growl and a wild animal jump out, so he fired his weapon. He then allegedly said that he discovered it was a dog laying next to what he described as a man. He said that, quote, the bullet went through the dog into the guy and at all lines add up because it was a straight shot. This is according to the police transcript of the phone call that he made that morning to the Lewis County Police Department. He also said that he and his girlfriend, after this happened, they were spooked. They were en route to meet his father, in which they were going to be doing a bear hunt. After this shooting took place, he allegedly said that he and his girlfriend got hopelessly lost until wee hours of the morning when they finally did meet up with the father, in which they recounted the story and were finally back in what he said was cell phone service. They contacted the police and told them this story. Forensic pathologist Megan Quinn was studying Christensen's body, doing the autopsy. She reportedly said that the sheriff's office was basically trying to confirm their story that he had died from a heart attack, according to her interview with the prosecutors. However, there was apparently a gunshot wound. Even though she did detect there was some issues with his heart, she did determine that he was alive at the time the gunshot wound ended up in the man's body. Furthermore, there was canine DNA supposedly found on the bullet that they found. Simultaneously, a necropsy was being done on the puppy Buzzo, which one doctor said that it was a gunshot wound. However, then all of a sudden, another doctor came in and said, no, it was a stab wound. The family of this gentleman, Mr. Christensen, We're of course heartbroken and just completely overwhelmed by this. However, at the same time, they thought from a legal standpoint, they had this guy, a teenager that has called and confessed to the shooting. He said that he saw the dog lying there and then also saw Aron's body. He said that he was scared but yet remorseful. Allegedly, he said that he took full responsibility. He said that it wasn't his gun. However, he did know that he was the one who shot it. The family therefore thought, okay, well, we just have to wait for Lady Liberty to do her justice and find out what's going to happen. Unfortunately, the prosecutors came back to them and said, because of errors that the police officers made at the scene, we are unable to move forward with a case right now, which was of course devastating to Mr. Christensen's family. Then more issues came about with the dog's necropsy. All of a sudden, one of his rib bones was damaged, which wasn't in the first doctor's review. All these things that started causing more problems and giving the family reason to believe that something was not right here. It seems like this situation is being manipulated in some way. There was obviously a bullet wound in both of their bodies, and now we're being told all these different conflicting stories. And now there's different doctors saying different things. Can you imagine how upsetting this would be? On top of just losing a loved one? They were, of course, beyond devastated and are beyond devastated and furious because in their minds, hey, they have this guy that confessed. He said that he knew he shot them. He saw them lying there. He didn't go over to help or try and do anything. Yes, later he did call the police, but in the eyes of the law, he should have gone over and tried to provide CPR, tried to get help right away. Granted, in his alleged report, he said that they did get lost and they didn't have cell service at the time. So it's hard to know what to believe because when the other hiker found the body, she was able to contact the police right away. When you get through all of it, the fact of the matter is that this upstanding gentleman and his dog, innocent, were shot dead right there on the trail just doing a hike. It does look like it was one of those tragic accidents of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. However, I also do believe that this young man shot unknowingly at something that he didn't know what it was. He came forward and said his account, took responsibility for it. He also said that he didn't, go over to them and try and help them. It's a very tragic situation all the way around. The family right now has no closure, no justice, and they have brought a $20 million lawsuit against the sheriff's office for misconduct. When you read some of the transcripts, and I'll have all this in the description so you can read and offer your opinions in the comments section, it does seem like there was so much mishandling of this case from the beginning. One of the top prosecutors in that office said that there's an old adage that you should treat every scene as if it's a homicide until it's proven not to be, and in this case that definitely was not how it was handled. Furthermore, in this case, all the information was known within 24 hours. The teenager came forward that very next day on August 20th, 2022. The hiker found the bodies on August 20th, 2022. It just is so frustrating and so devastating in so many ways, and my heart just goes out to this family. I just hope and pray that they do get some kind of justice and closure for their loved one. Aron Christensen was a wonderful man, a wonderful musician, lots of friends and family, loved ones, just an all-around great guy, and he loved his new puppy Buzzo. I'd like to dedicate this video to Mr. Aron Christensen, his family, his brother Corey, all his loved ones, his students, everyone whose lives he affected and touched in so many ways. I just pray and hope for your peace and that you will get some justice and closure. My thoughts and prayers go out to all of you. There is a GoFundMe page set up to help with their lawsuit. I'll have a link to that in the description. It's actually linked in one of the articles, so I'll have an arrow in the description of where if you'd like to donate to that. I want to thank you all for watching. As always, you guys are all so amazing, and I appreciate all your support and feedback. Special thank you to co.ag for providing the background music. hopefully I'll see you all in the next one. Take care. Hey everyone, thanks for sticking with me till the end. Like I said, this case is just so devastating and such a tragedy. There's just so many things that are going on here. Like I said, one of the local veterinarians came forward and is accusing the officials of tampering with the remains of Buzzo's body because things look different, and there's just all this mercurial stuff going on, and I can't imagine the family's frustration. From what I've read and learned, Aron was such a warm and giving and talented musician who touched the lives of so many people and was taken from this earth just so too early and so unnecessarily. This all could have been avoided. It just is just such a tragedy in my mind, and I pray that they will get justice in some way or another and get that closure, because I can't imagine what they are going through. I would definitely like to hear your thoughts and opinions on this case, as always. And if you have any calendar submissions or any case suggestions, as always, I will have that email in the description, along with all the sources and all those other things like that. All right, everybody. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Take care.